I am trying to be happy. Life has been unexpected. I'll just say that. Life's been unexpected. When I'm not doing stand-up, which is what I love to do, I love coming out here, making people like you laugh and feel better about yourselves. When I'm not doing stand-up, my day job, when I'm not doing it, is I am a lunch lady. That's exactly how my mom reacted. I'm a lunch lady. Told everyone here that so you can feel a little bit better about how your life's going right now. It's weird. And a lot of you are like, you don't look like a lunch lady. Well, I am. Hashtag me too. That's what they call themselves. That's what I call myself. What am I going to call myself? A lunch gentleman? That sounds creepy. That sounds like a gigolo that only works in the afternoon. It's not good. I don't like it at all. I did a show last night. One of the people yelled out, "You should call yourself a lunch man." Creepier. You guys have kids? If you were in the park and your kid walked up to you with a sandwich you had never seen before, and you said, "Where did you get that sandwich?" And he said, "That lunch man over there gave it to me," you would snatch that shit out of his hands. Be like, "He's trying to kidnap you, idiot." I don't like any of the names. I'm supposed to call myself a food service specialist, but I don't like that either. It sounds like I'm jerking off people with candles. It does, doesn't it? It really does. How'd your date go? Tiffany and I went out to a movie, came back to my house, gave me a little food service, and then she left. Citrus. The worst part, and there is a worst part, is not only am I a lunch lady, I'm a lunch lady at my alma mater. I'm at the high school that I went to, where all of my teachers still teach. And they remember me. My algebra teacher went through the lunch line the other day and was like, "Hey, Sean, hey," this is hilarious. "Do you remember when you were 17 and you were in my class and you told me that math was fucking retarded and you never needed to learn it and it would never improve your life in any way"? Do you remember that? Yeah. Double nuggets, bitch. That's 6 plus 6. I don't like you at all. I ran into a guy that I went to high school with who currently works as a janitor there. And he saw me. He was like, "Oh my God. Oh my God. Did you ever imagine that we would be working here together?" Oh my God. No. Not once, brother. It's a left turn I was not expecting. You totally saw this happening. This was like plan A for you. This is like plan 12 for me. And I started with letters. Pretty far. I do like, the good thing about the school for the most part is the kids. I do like working with the kids. I teach their improv group. I get to know a lot of the kids. I would say 90% of the kids that I work with are smart and engaged and wonderful and kind and beautiful human beings. And 10% of those little bastards need to die. They need to die. The bad ones are the worst. It's always the boys. It's always the boys, these 17-year-old little snots coming up to me trying to be smart with me. "How much money do you make a year?" "Not enough to care about losing this job. Take your Taco Crunch. Get the fuck away from me, Tim. Get away from me." Who are you? I'm you from the future. That girl's not gonna fuck you. Study math. You're not gonna make it. Come on. It's not gonna happen. Study math. I have that conversation with the theater kids all the time. They're like, I'm gonna get a degree in theater and I'm going to be a star. And I'm just like, no, you're gonna get a degree in theater and you're gonna be a bartender. Buckle up. The worst one is little bastards. I had a 16-year-old kid walk up to me, look me dead in the eyes, and he asked me what Vietnam was like. I'm 33. So I told him, you know, it was weird. Showed up the first day. No one wanted to sit next to me on the bus. Then I met this cool guy named Bubba. He kind of had a big leg. When me and Bubba went to Vietnam, I saluted Lieutenant Dan. He was like, don't do that, there's snipers all in the woods. And then I started learning, walking. Started raining, we walked everywhere. It was raining up, down. It was raining from the sideways. It stopped raining. A bunch of bombs went off. Something bit me! Long story short, I saved my entire platoon. Lieutenant Dan lost his legs and Bubba died in my arms. Now a lot of you were laughing through that whole thing because you've seen Forrest Gump. And you realize that that's a joke. That kid thinks I'm a fucking war hero. He buys my lunches. Start showing your kids some movies. Tell them acid. They're sensitive. It drives me crazy. These kids are so sensitive. I always look down on them though. I do, sensitive little bastards. It's made me appreciate old people way more. I love old people. Anybody over 65 in the crowd tonight? Anybody? I love you so much. I love old people. You're the hardest people on the entire earth. You're hard. Nothing gets you down. Nothing scares you. My grandfather's 93. He pumps gas with a lit cigarette. Doesn't even smoke. Just lights them up. Run, you pussies, I fought the Nazis. I love it, man. I love old people. I think every generation looks down on the generation before, after them, however it works. I don't know, the younger ones. Older people don't like younger people. Always true. I was talking to a guy in his 50s and he was like, how's life going? And I was like, you know, it's weird. I'm single. I'm a lunch lady. I don't have a lot of money. Life's just kind of tough. And he looked me in the eyes and said, oh, shut the hell up. Which was really rude. Because he was my therapist. I was like, you shut the hell up, Alan. I'm paying you for this shit. Give me my Prozac. They're soft though. Some of these kids are soft. And it drives me crazy because they have it easier than we had it. They really do. It's the way it should be. You know, no one wishes for the generation to have it worse. But it's really hard to look at it every day. If I see one more kid in the halls crying, just, my mom got me the 2016 Subaru, and I wanted the 2017 Subaru. I drive a 2000 Ford Focus. Now, 33. Little bastard, take your Subaru and be grateful for it. You know what I drove at 17 years old? A 1987 Volkswagen Fox. And if you've never heard of that car, there's a reason. It's the worst car ever made. It's a go-kart on HGH. But that car, I do like that I have that car because I'm the only person of my age range that likes the song, What Does the Fox Say? I love that song. I love it. My friends always hate it. They're like, this is stupid. That's not even what foxes sound like. I'm like, no, you're an idiot. That song's not about the animal. This guy clearly owned a 1987 Volkswagen Fox. Because that's what it sounded like every time I tried to start my car in the morning. Come on, baby. Come on. Here we go. Come on. Please start. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Ring, ding, 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 ring, ding, 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 ring, ding, ding. All right, one more time. Here we go. One more time. One more time. Here we go. Bow, 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 bow. All right, I'm walking. Come on. Damn it. Damn it. New cars, you lucky assholes. Dating is so easy for these kids now. My car, my Volkswagen Fox had dents all over it. I picked up a girl for prom. Her dad was standing there cross-armed. You know, the universal sign for, please come take my daughter. And I walk up to the door and he's just staring at me and he goes, there's a lot of dents on this car. A lot of dents. You want to explain yourself? And I'm me. So I was like, sure. Squirrel, 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 dog, squirrel, cat. The big one on the back was a kid on his bike. And the big one on the front is because it got up. So, Soft, these kids. I had a kid walk in the lunchroom, 17 years old, 6'5", 250 pounds, bawling, crying his eyes out. I was like, what's wrong? He said, I'm being bullied. I was like, oh. I hate that. I was bullied in high school. I can't handle that shit. And you're like, you? He was like, yeah, this is a facade. That's all this is. This is the human pufferfish. That's basically what it is. This is my only move if there's trouble. You ready? Hey! That's it. That's all I got. That's it. And if I'm called on it, I fold immediately. What? Nothing. Did you want a drink or a chair? Can I get you something? You want my car, my money? I don't have a lot of it. So he told me he was being bullied, and I got engaged. I was like, what's going on? What happened? So this kid looks at me, and he says, well, these kids in the middle of class stood up, and with everyone watching, they called me a fart licker. A fart licker. 17-year-old boy crying his eyes out because another person called him a fart licker. Couldn't believe it. I was shocked. Hurt my soul. I was like, oh my God, are you all right? That's unbelievable. They called you a fart licker? These kids are monsters. A fart licker. Jesus. That is way worse than what they called me in high school. He's like, what did they call you in high school? And I said, faggot! Sack up, you stupid pussy! A fart licker? Really? You can't even do that! You can't lick a fart, idiot! Crying over that? Sack up! Life's gonna get hard for you. Get out of here, you stupid fart licker.